Big up, Roger, and welcome back once again. I think we don't have too much time to waste. I have a lot of stuff to take care of before we get started because, yeah, the other one overlapped to about like 20 minutes. But that's, by the way, the lineup is clear there. Let's say hello to those in the chat, and I'll bring you up. We can talk about the lineup. Good morning, Coach. It seems like Ruben Loftus-Cheek will be the right up back. Would Chalobah not have been better? Okay, let's see what happens. 3-4-3 Qatar and all those names you listed there. And Stav, how are you doing, bro? We need to speak as soon as possible. I hope you're doing well. Smash the like button, people. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Let's get it to 11,000 subscribers as soon as possible. But we're getting there gradually. But that's, by the way, Stav, I hope you're doing well. Glenn, once again, thank you so much for finding the time to join. And thank you for becoming a member once again. Up to Charles. Harshford, yep, up to Charles indeed. Havertz again. What? The manager likes him. A funky, if lengthy intro. Yeah, again, I know you don't like it lengthy, but that's, by the way, how are you doing, Stav? I hope you're doing well. Looking at the lineup here, just quickly, I think he went for 3-4-3. We talked about it. I think it looks like a good structure, but we knew if he goes with the back three, it will be difficult to accommodate some player we want to see. But that's, by the way, I think it's a good structure. The question is, are we going to be able to get a result from this? Kepa between the stick, Koulibaly centrally, Badiashile left centre-back, right centre-back, Wesley Fofana. I think this is solid. If Koulibaly can lead very well, this is solid. Fofana can play in this position quite well, Badiashile left-footed, left centre-back would do well there. Centrally, a combo of Enzo Fernandez and Kovacic, I didn't want to see that. I think I prefer Zakaria, Denis Zakaria and Enzo Fernandez. Zakaria being the more disciplined of the two, while Enzo Fernandez will be given the independence to be more adventurous. Eventual left wing back, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, a right wing back. He's played there before, and I think he enjoys playing there and actually executes the role quite well. Havertz centrally, I would have done something differently. Maybe Dacho Fofana, but to his left, Raheem Sterling. It's looking like he's coming back into good form right now. He came off the bench the other day and did well. I think. Yeah, let's see what happens. Felix on the right-hand side, not a bad selection there. On the bench, who do we have? We have Hakim Ziyech, Mykhailo Mudryk, Noni Madueke, America Bamian, Connie Chukwemeka, Conor Gallagher, Denis Zakaria, Trevor Chalobah, Marcus Bettinelli. Dacho Fofana isn't even on the bench, and that's how many times in a row? Did I miss it? Is it there and I missed it? No, I don't think I missed it. Denis Zakaria and all that, so I'm not sure what's going on. I think he should be on the bench at least. The manager goes for experience. And for this, guys, it's interesting to see how Tyler Adams or McKennie, two Americans there, these are very energetic players. McKennie, too, very energetic and can be physical. Adams also, he's not the biggest, but he can deal with any measure of physicality you throw on him. But that's, by the way, Roger, your thoughts on our selection. And the structure, yeah, truly is 3-4-3 because I also have a sofa score on the right-hand side to be sure we're looking at the right formation because the last time there was a time we thought it was 4-2-3-1 and we were complaining about who playing as a 10. Who was it? Was it Mason Mount? Not knowing it was actually not, that wasn't the structure. But the structure today is 3-4-3. I think they get it correctly today. So your thoughts on the lineup on the selection, Roger?
Yeah, originally the BBC had it as a 4-2-3-1, then they edited it to or upgraded it to a 3-4-3. So I'm really shocked he went with the back three. If you recall, was it yesterday, sir, that we had a show? And I really, because he had previously used 5 games consecutively with a back four. So I was under the assumption that he wanted to stabilize the team by using that, especially prior to the Champions League game this Tuesday. He's gone with a back three. And you're right. Leeds have a very physical and fast-paced American duo in midfield. And listen, Kovacic and Fernandez, I think that's a bad matchup.
Yeah, it is indeed.
I was hoping to see Zakaria, to be honest with you. But I understand Kova. He can turn on the ball when pressured. I get it. He's a very good player. But he
doesn't read the game well.
Yes and no, but I get it. but he lacks physicality. That's all I'm saying. He has obviously very many good attributes, but Fernandez is. I hope he's not playing him because of the price tag. I get that impression, but let's see. I'm just so shocked it's a back three. I didn't anticipate this at all, Coach.
What would you have done differently? Who do you anticipate would start?
I was hoping for a 4-3-3.
But you still have I thought maybe you were complaining about the personnel. I'm concerned to a certain measure. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, as much as he do more, Ruben Loftus-Cheek will contribute more in the midfield area and the attacking area than he do defensively. And this is he hasn't played with a back three structure for a while now, so I don't want to see it be any measure of confusion here, given that Fofana hasn't played too many games since he returned from injury and is in the right centre back position. I would have rather played a Trevor Chalobah, who's been training with the team, and it's not like he's injured. He's even on the bench. He is. So I would rather start him here than Wesley Fofana, but I'm not the manager.
Did you know what? I think because if you notice Fofana in the last game, he's so. Well, I like Chalobah. Do not get me wrong, but Fofana is very good on the ball, and I would have actually preferred Fofana to play in the right wing back and have Chalobah play as the right centre back. That's just my opinion.
So can you say that again?
Yeah, I would rather have Fofana play where Loftus-Cheek is as the right back, and I'd have Chalobah playing as the right centre back. That's what I would.
Okay, you're prioritizing defensive solidity.
Yeah, because Fofana is good with the ball also. He can cross the ball. Did you not notice the last game in the second half? He did very well, Coach.
But that's just just a single game.
No. Yeah, true. I like Fofana a lot on the ball. I really do. I think he's very good. Listen, Loftus-Cheek is a very good player. We've all agreed, and Bobby knows him far better than I do. But bless him, he's playing out of position. We're using a third stringer because there is no Reece James, there is no Aspie. So we're down to third string, Coach, as they say in America. And you can't do anything about that. You can't heal players and make them come back prematurely. We have to play with what we have. There's no Silva, there's no Reece James, there's no N'Golo. And I see Sterling start. So he's reverted to a very, shall we say, veteran team, but based on the fact that he's, with the exception of Enzo and Joao, he's starting all the old regulars, if that makes sense.
Can you say, and would you say he's reverting? I wouldn't really say that. Would you say he's reverted to a very familiar approach? Because I would say this selection or this structure we're seeing now isn't down to the personnel he has available. Maybe this is a more preferred approach because he did that quite a lot at Brighton. Predominantly, he played with a back three. But the difference is that he prefers playing on the left-hand side. He usually has Leandro Trossard. But I think it's a risk. Maybe he doesn't fear the attack.
He's not playing with a Madueke or a Mudryk, which is what he did earlier on. Because I think the pressure is mounted, most managers usually revert back to veteran players because they have been there, done it, seen it before, and B, they eliminate more often than not mental errors more so than quote unquote rookies or newcomers. And I think he's feeling the pressure. I think this is why he's reverting to a more senior team, more seasoned, if you will.
Yeah, and Kuluba starting centrally, I think it makes sense. Even though I was concerned about him starting this game, because if he gets injured, then we're doomed against Dortmund, practically. I thought he would start, Fofana centrally, but an experienced head like him to lead the back line, I think he'd do that quite well. This doesn't differ that much from the structure, and maybe lineup differs. The structure we saw against I think that was Wolves, and that the best game I've seen under him, actually, if you ask me. But let me catch up with the chat and bring in Bobby to get his thoughts on the lineup. And Lusula, I hope you're doing well. Big up Kachila Porter, and time is near. Here we go. Okay, let's see what happens. The Prince is here. Big up Prince. Yes, I am fine. Hope you're good too. I'm good, brother. Thank you so much for asking that. But that one is for Glenn, but I stole Glenn's anyway. It's fine. I have the Stella. I have the Stella out. I see three at the back. I am feeling pretty confident here. Shame, Rich James isn't playing. Yeah, but still, we will enjoy watching Loftus-Cheek here. He did that under Thomas Tuchel, playing in the right wing back position. But this is with an attacking intent. This structure is with an attacking intent. And when he plays here, I think he enjoys it. He does very well there, really. Yeah. And I think we'll have to see a good interplay with him and Felix and Enzo too. He's a good ball carrier too. I expect him to do well. I'd rather see him on the flanks here in the right wing back position rather than as a deep line player. It's not his thing. Plus, he's vulnerable to making some silly mistakes. No Dacho Fofana. Yeah, I'm shocked. Even not even on the bench. What else do we have? What's new? Are we going to enjoy Potter Ball at least today? I'd like to see a good game. I'd like to see us win, even if I want him out. It looks more like something TT would do. Yeah, and they don't differ much in terms of our approach. I think he had to play back four because he wanted to solidify the defense. I wonder what Chukwuemeka did wrong. I don't know. He sees them, like Roger will say, he sees them in training and knows them better than we do. This lineup is just crazy. And done with Potter. Can you not tell us what would you have done differently if you were him? What do you expect? Expect him to do differently? Kai again up front. How many times is he going to try that experiment? I don't know. He wants a fluid approach, and Kai is the most suitable. Aubameyang, as good. I know he's a finisher. If Aubameyang starts, he's going to get frustrated because we're not good at servicing our number nines, and that's what I see there. And Ludishenko, for long now, bro. How are you doing? I know you're in Ukraine. I think correct me if I'm wrong. And how have you been? I hope you and your family are all well. Greetings, my fellow champs. I believe it will be 0-0, but I want to see Chelsea win. We all club, you'd really wish us to win. Morning, Coach Potter went to a back three. It's serious now. It's very serious. To me, it's more risky, actually, but let's see what happens. I just want my team to win. That's a one-leg man posing as our top striker. Big up Kachila. More changes. Now, a back three. I didn't expect Potter to abandon his project. I didn't expect him to revert to a back three, really. Potter coy on formation when asked. He said, wait and see. I suspect Fofana may slot in at right back with a midfield three. He appears to be cagey. Maybe, are you thinking this is a hybrid approach? I really don't think so. No, I don't think so. It doesn't, Chilwell masterclass incoming. I want to see that. In the immortal words of Thanos, Havertz is inevitable. Okay, let's see. Following up with Potters, you should have gone for the head. Bobby, your thoughts on the lineup? Would you have done anything differently?
Oh, how I missed my under nines game. Look, what I mean, I'm confused. 1 minute people say, oh, we've got too many players. Then we've got players out. He puts out the players we have. Oh, they're not good enough. Oh, he should have done this. He should have done that. The only thing I'll question is the absence of Detro Fofana, full stop. Yeah. This is what we have. If he can't get a tune out of this lot, it's a problem. It's a problem for him as the manager. These players should be good enough, in my opinion. Yes, the summer's coming. Yes, we're going to tweak things. We're going to have a few changes, but ultimately, this is a very strong side. I can't see. I really don't have anything else to add to this. What did you want him to pick? It seems quite pragmatic here. If they don't perform, there's a major issue in the application of the players, which comes yet again back to what's happening in the training ground, what's being told to these players. Why aren't they applying themselves correctly? Are they being given the right instructions? So I have nothing to really add. They just need to go out there and do the job. If they don't, then we have to revisit. Well, we know what we have to do anyway. And Barley's there today. Bowley, I think, is only doing a couple of other games, and we shall see.
Can I ask, with both of you, would you have started Kai or Pierre-Emerick?
And Roger, just quickly, let's see where you will have the games here. It's a Universal, which is an American station too, a Universal HD, USA Network HD, which is the cleanest actually of all those ones. It's on USA Network also. It's on Peacock, NBC Sports.com, Universal on. But go ahead, Roger, you were saying something.
Thank you. Thank
I haven't got any of those.
Who would you choose?
I will start
Kai
because I don't trust Aubameyang.
In this structure, not Aubameyang.
Yeah, I mean he's been told he's not part of the Champions League squad. He didn't react too well to it. Why would you suddenly think he's going to come all heart, all guns blazing for Chelsea in a game like this? He will just play as if it's a training game for him while he waits for his summer move.
Which begs the question, why isn't Fofana on the bench instead of Pierre-Emerick?
Those are
that's the argument, yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I don't get.
Those are the issues to be answered this afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is where the manager comes in. This is
because the bloody press don't ask him questions like this.
No, but it will be answered on the pitch.
Sure, I apologize. Yeah.
This is why we've all
thought you meant in the press
turned on him because so far these things are left to be seen. Hang on, let me get this call.
As little as I've seen, as a little. And obviously, I'm not privy to the training ground. And I'll say it again. I don't have my coaching badges. But I would, from what I've seen, Coach, I would rather have him at the very least, him meaning Detra Fofana, I would have him at the very least on the bench. At the very least. And I'm perplexed by that. My client has to seriously... Yeah, I don't get that. I think he offers far more than Pierre-Emerick, other than experience, of course.
Yeah, and if you're watching, if you haven't, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I want to get your thoughts on the lineup. I want to see, it'd be interesting to see what you think about the lineup and the selection, whether you do anything differently. They are going to try to bully our midfield. They're capable of doing that. The two guys there are physical. McKinsey can be very physical. Adams can be very physical. And Adams, kudos to him, he reads the game very well. In possession, he will be 3 out of position, 4, which means out of possession. Most likely to make it 4 would be Ben Chilwell. I don't think, but usually in a hybrid approach, if you have like Reece James here, then if we're attacking from the left hand side and the team trying to counter us, then James dropped in here and is a natural at fulfilling the number 2 role or the right back role. But here with Loftus-Cheek, that begs the question whether it is a hybrid approach in the first place. But he can still make up the numbers and just be in the right back position, maybe. But let's see what happens. That is, if we need to make up the numbers from the right-hand side of the defense. Mudryk on the bench is laughable. No, it's not laughable. Maybe he needs to work for it. And he hasn't played football for a while, so he's had a lot of shaky moments. I know he will come good. I know he'll score quite a lot of goals for us. It's not a back 3 today. It looks more like a back 3. That's what makes more sense. If it is a back 4, maybe Ben Chilwell left back. The 2 centre backs will be Badiashile on the left hand side, Koulibaly on the right hand side, and Fofana right back. Maybe, but let's see when the game starts. We'll find out. I need Mudryk to get more than 8 minutes, but that will help him. Not Havertz up top again. It's been tried so many times and not worked out. Oba is the best finisher in the team. The question is, will he work here? Will he get the service? He will get even more frustrated because I don't think the way we've been playing, any attacker will be frustrated with the way we play. I know he's the best finisher we have right now, but it hasn't really worked not be down to him, but down to the way we play, down to the players we have. They haven't provided good services for him. Porter waited for the best player that works in a back 3 system to be available before you change the formation. Who exactly are you referring to? Bali is scouting Bobby's under 19 game. Okay, again, please say what? I'm not sure what you're saying there. Havertz is a nonsense. Chilwell needs to do much. What Badiashile going forward? I'm not sure I understand that. Aubameyang has 3 goals in 18 games. But how many times did he play? And we serviced him, and he missed quite a lot. Aubameyang approached Barca himself, sort of shows where his head has been. So yeah, but it did. We tried to push him to LAFC, and it didn't work. And for him to have done that, I wouldn't even have him on the bench. I would rather have Badiashile, who wants to be at the club. Formation is not Chelsea's problem. Formation is not what made us press and not score goals. Okay, this guy Potter doesn't have the structure, identity, philosophy, flip-flop, clapping. The question, if you're in the chat, like I said, let me know what you think about the lineup. Would you have done anything differently? Kuchila knows that I always think in the current situation, back three is more suitable to the Chelsea team. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't want to get my emotions into Chelsea. For now, Potter should just leave. This Thomas Frank news is coming up again from Ben Jacobs. He said owners don't like top profile managers, only yes sir and yes and yes ma'am managers. Then we're in trouble. And if really Graham Potter is a yes ma or yes sir manager, then he's never gonna become a top manager. It's as simple as that. If really they're the ones telling him what to do, then he's never going to become a top manager. Maybe that's why he's failing, if that's the case. But I don't think that's the case, really. Another day, just like me. Okay, good luck with them. Once again,
Team so you got to be in game.
Yeah, I just said no. Silva, according to reports, preferred a back four. Yeah, you could say a back four probably is the reason why we're being defensively solid, even though we haven't won games for a while now. Chilwell would drop back in the back four. It depends on what the attack is going from, because you can't have 5 of them if it drops back and this guy here drops back at 5. So it depends on where we need to make up the numbers, who drops back. So it's not going to be just Chilwell alone. Reece James is the best in the back three. Yep, he is. He gets you goals. Wow, is that Madueke you're spelling like that? Madueke. Dropped. Potter is clueless. Let's see what we have here. Thomas Frank. Yeah, midfield is so bullyable. That's the first time I'm seeing bullyable as a word. I can watch. Coach, I was wrong and totally surprised. His close AD Kukurea failed to make it. Yeah, so maybe Kukurea saying trust the process didn't move Potter one bit. Fix the lineup despite mentioning trust the process. Okay, they're having a conversation. I play FIFA 23 and never uses a back three. Well, that's you, Courtney. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I always lose with Chelsea. Again, if FIFA knows the best formation for us, then that says something. Not really to me, maybe to you. It's either draw or we take an L. I want my team to win. Chelsea is trash on FIFA. I fear Roger is going to win this case, and our beloved club will be opening it next season against Sheffield United. Roger, let's come to you.
Oh my God, this guy kills me every time.
Yeah,
Can I ask a quick question?
Roger.
What's up with Cucurella? Is it an injury?
Sorry?
What Cucurella? Why isn't he in the squad? Is he injured? Or has he got personal issues?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it just occurred to me that he's not in the squad, really.
Yeah, so is it because of... I thought last time it's because he had personal issues like being burgled or something. Is this a continuation or is he hurt? Do you know, Bobby?
Because here's the thing, maybe he's not match fit because he had a day or two off, then comes back. I don't think it has nothing to do with his behavior or injury. Probably because you have a limited number to pick for the bench, right? So maybe he's not fully match fit.
You're supposed to have 9, I think.
9, and we have how many? Let's count the bench. Let's see how many players. We have 9.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah. So maybe he doesn't deem him necessary for this game. So I'm not sure why. But Roger, what do you think about this? Enzo Fernandez is not the most physical cover this season. but can be physical too. But he's not the most physical. Do you think they're capable of dealing these two, Tyler Adams and McKennie?
Well, I think Loftus-Cheek is going to slip into the more central. I think he's going to alternate. I think he's going to be played by the sideline, but I think he's going to come in more. I think you may see like a hybrid where he'll come into the midfield to help if necessary. I think that's a possibility.
Here's something I wanted to talk about is I think the best pairing at this point would be Dennis Zakaria.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, see it how you want to see it. Even though he's more of a box-to-box, but he reads the game quite well, and I'm sure he reads the game better than Enzo Fernandez and Mykhailo Mudryk. These guys, the more close again, the more you could say they're not the same type, but the one thing they have in common, they like to venture forward quite a lot. Sitting and being the more disciplined of the pairing isn't something the strongest suit of both of them. So that brings to mind the argument I've always made. Graham Potter doesn't like to play with your quote-unquote the traditional DMs. He likes a very fluid, again, if you're playing with 2-6s, he likes it to be very fluid or more adventurous 2-6s rather than having one being more disciplined than the other. I don't know if anybody understands my argument. You go ahead.
That's why, myself personally, this is if I was playing as coach, I would have put a 4-3-3 and I would have had Enzo, Zakaria, and Kovacic in the midfield. To me, based on the availability, that's the midfield three that I would have liked. To be honest with you, that's what I would have liked.
I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Zakaria isn't the pairing there. I think he would have been a better option.
Coach, listen, we haven't seen that much of him, but what we have seen, at least to my eyes, he's impressed me, Coach, with his physicality, with his ball press. He has passed the test, in my opinion, humble opinion. Maybe it's a match fitness thing. I have no idea, but this is another question that Potter has to answer to, because listen, I respect Kova a lot. He's a very good player. He has many good attributes, but I would have placed Zakaria ahead of him because of his physicality, because of the opposition we're playing.
Yeah, and given the personnel we have now, Kova should be the rotational player with Enzo. He can fulfill that role too.
Yeah,
he can put in some good tackle. The only minus is that he's not the best at reading games. Considering he has had a baby, probably lack of sleep, possibly. No, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
that makes sense. Courtney, I play with PSG and City. I never play with any other team than Chelsea Football Club. And I've known how to position them. But if you see my formation, you will cry. Not Loftus-Cheek, but he's on the pitch. I think he would do well in that position. RLC can make it a midfield three. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
He can actually. That's why I said his primary responsibility isn't to defend, but to help overload the midfield area in the attacking area. And every time he's played here, especially that game against Real Madrid, he was actually excellent. It's not just one bad. Probably he was tired at that point, and he wasn't tasked to track Vinicius on the left-hand side. He was just watching him, and even if he tried, he wouldn't catch up to him. But that space was there for Vinicius to exploit. Roger, I agree with you on Zakaria. I would have started Zakaria over Kovacic, or Zakaria with pairing. Zakaria in Kovacic pairing, I think we've seen that before, and it worked well. He stands on the right-hand side. It looks like he's on the right-hand side. I think he's better off on the left-hand side, or maybe the placement doesn't matter, really. When the game starts, we'll find out. When the game starts, we'll find out why Zakaria is isolated. I'm not sure. What else do we have here? Hello to you too, Dante. I hope you're doing well. Where's Kante? Not at the bench. He's not ready yet. He just started training with the rest of the chaps not long ago. And just quickly, I'm not sure we're going to do a watch along. If we will, then again, I'll let you know. If not, I'll let you know. I think I'll have cleaners over, and I have to pay attention to some stuff as they do their job. So I didn't plan well. Apologies. But if we don't do it, we'll do a post-game show, if that makes sense to you. So, Bobby, how about you? Would you have done anything? I don't know if I've asked you that question. what do you think about Zakaria not being the pairing with Enzo?
Coach, please give me a second. I'll be with you soon. I'm on a call.
Oh, okay, all right. Go ahead with your call. Yeah. So if you're in the chat, what do you think? If you let me know if you would have done anything differently, it'd be interesting to see what you think. To me, I wouldn't start Kovacic and Enzo Fernandez. If you watch today, I would take it. I would have gone with either Kovacic and Zakaria. We've tried that before, and it worked perfectly nearly. But we lost the game, I think, to Man City. But Enzo, or pair Zakaria with Enzo, and then Enzo being the more adventurous of the two. That's what I would have done. Let's see. Where's just I don't know. Finally, a formation change, but RSC at wing back, Havertz again, Felix, and all that. Okay. Let's see. Can someone please tell me why Porta is playing two left-footed centre backs? It doesn't really matter. No, you can have two a left-footed centre back can play centrally, and Koulibaly is better off actually when he plays centrally. It doesn't matter if both are left-footed. He can actually. I think he's capable of using his right foot comfortably. Roger, do you have anything to say to that? What Banso just said? You there, Roger, or you're on the call too?
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
What are you saying?
This comment on the screen, he doesn't like the fact that we're playing two left-footed. Yeah.
No, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
No.
Two of them, it's not like one of them is playing on the right-hand side. That's when you say maybe it can be a bit of a problem, but I don't think it's a problem either way.
And to be honest with you, both of them are pretty decent with their right foot also. They're not left foot dominant to the point where their right foot's only as a planting foot. I've seen them both pass with their right, so does that make sense? They're not like Ziyech.
Like Kimso says, I think, because I'm losing my mind now. Koulibaly is predominantly right-footed. I think so.
He passes with both.
Go ahead.
He passes with both feet.
Comfortably, he can pass with both feet very well, yeah.
And I know you think it's a gamble starting him, but
that's bearing the Champions League game in mind.
Yeah, but we need a veteran back there. We listen. This team it's lacking leaders, So I think he's required more just because of his presence in the physical aspect, but also the leadership aspect too. But I get your logic, though, Coach. I get it.
Can you again elaborate as to why you think we're getting choked? Says Wally Waldo, nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I am not actually happy with the lineup. What would you have done differently? I want to get your opinion, and I will read it out, the structure and everything. Let me know what you think. We'll have a few minutes to round off, just about 5 minutes. I want to decide whether I can. It depends on where they are with their work right now. We may not be able to do a watch along, maybe a post game show. At least I think this formation will suit us better. Okay. Let's see what that Koulibaly is right footed. Yeah, I was confused a bit as to why that question is coming up, but probably because people have seen him a lot playing in the left centre back position and all that, or being positioned in the left hand side, on the left hand side. But let's see. The front three are interchangeable. Yep, it's a fluid selection there. And probably that's the reason why he didn't select Aubameyang. With this structure, I don't really think Aubameyang would do well, because if he comes in, he'd be the focus. It thrives when you service, again, when the service coming. If it doesn't come, he gets frustrated. But that's by the way, we're moving from that. Koulibaly isn't left-footed. Guys, thank you for emphasizing that. Any Force 9 decoy fans out there in the channel rooting for Kai, a lot of people will be rooting for him. I think he started because it's a fluid approach, but I will stop playing him there. He hasn't been effective at playing there. I will try something else. Even Dacho Fofana is equipped enough to play in the fluid approach because he's a good dribbler, doesn't shy away from taking his man on, and likes to rotate and not static at all. I don't know what to think and expect. I'm the same. I'm not. The selection isn't bad really, but I would have started Zakaria and made him pairing of either Enzo Fernandez or Mykhailo Mudryk. I think Chalobah should have been handed a start because he's trained with the team longer than Wesley Fofana have done. So I'm not sure what Graham Potter is doing. I would have played a 4-3-1-2 Hmm. 4-3-1-2 with a 10, given the structure. One in behind, two strikers. With Ruben asked the DM with Kovacic and Enzo in front. Wow. That's some reshuffling right there. Why is Mudryk or Madueke not starting the structure? Because he doesn't. Roger, with this guy's ain't playing. He's not playing as a winger. He's not playing. He's one of the three attack. You could say forwards.
Yeah.
Left forward, right forward, then center forward. Because that you remember the argument, Roger, when I said the moment we switch to a back three, it has to take some changes here to accommodate wingers. And you could argue Mudryk isn't starting because this isn't a winger, a structure that accommodates wingers. These are forwards.
Yes.
Not really wingers. Raheem Sterling is a forward in this case. Felix in this case is a forward, and this is a center forward. So Mudryk wouldn't make sense starting him here. As much as you think it worked, but Raheem Sterling would do better starting here if that makes sense. So yeah, we talked about that yesterday, saying switching to a back three will probably make it difficult to accommodate wingers. But we will get a result with this style. I hope so. Felix and Havertz up front with Sterling behind them. Okay, with that structure you mentioned, maybe that will work. Coach, does this channel do watch-alongs, or will you send streams when games start? We usually do watch-alongs, but like I said, I have cleaners over, so I'm not sure it's going to work today. I have to watch them, and I want them to clean the office too. So it was a mistake. I didn't pay attention to the scheduling. We'll do a post-game show. Usually. Usually, our watch along is not basic because we have halftime analysis and it's usually fun. So I apologize for that.
It's usually sad, Coach.
Sorry?
It's usually sad. Where are you coming from?
The fights?
No,
it's usually sad given how badly we're playing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
People, thank you for 23 likes. Let's get the likes up before we call it a day. But I think we'll most definitely do a post-game show. There is no leadership in the lineup. Roger, you can go ahead and talk about the leadership. Just give me 1 second. Can we please let someone else besides Felix take the corners? He's been awful. I'd like to beat the first man there. He hasn't done that. Just needed Fofana up front for me. More speed. I needed Fofana 2. Win percentage 38. I just don't trust Ruben at right wing back. He's not there to defend. And whatever he's there to do, overloading the midfield and the attacking area, he does it quite well. With the played with the back four and brought in Chalo in the right back position. Coach, rather watch his cleaning. No, I'll still watch the game, but I'll have the freedom to get up, go check what they're doing, and also they have to clean the office. I don't want to. I don't know why, because of equipment. I don't allow them in here. Go ahead, Roger. You were saying something.
Glenn's messing with you. You say you'd
I know. I like fighting with him.
That's actually funny.
Yeah, it is indeed. I love Glenn so much. So yeah, again, thank you to to those who have become members. I think we have a total of 10 members right now, but only do if you can afford it. That will help us start something designed to support students every month, giving them a percentage of what the members contribute on whatever the channel earns. I think that will make me feel good, and I know we'll all love that as a community. If we look back and say we're helping people, I know we'll all love that. So, by the way, it's $2.99. If you want to become a member, go ahead, only if you can afford it. So, Roger, what are you expecting today? What sort of what outcome are you expecting to see?
I'm nervous, Coach. I'm not lying. We need to play with intensity and purpose. I'm looking at our 11.
Because intensity, I know you're referring to the high octane football that they play. They haven't changed
exactly. We have
how
to
they play
that.
under Marcelo Bielsa. Go ahead.
I have one question, two questions actually. One,
Sorry,
first
guys.
question is, where do you see us scoring in our team? And then, if you don't, where do you see them, Leeds, having an own goal? Because that's what you have to look at. I don't see it based on form. 1 out of 83 shots have been converted. I mean,
from our own end.
Yeah, from Chelsea. The last 83 shots, we've only scored 1 goal. So what does this tell you?
It tells me
it's
that.
concerning. Yeah,
I
go
have
ahead,
no
Bobby.
confidence in our shooting ability. Sorry.
Well,
Bobby.
I find all of it very hard to accept.
Yes.
I really do. I can't see how, for example, looking at this team sheet, why can't they score goals? I don't accept it. I don't. It's the
Yes, I agree.
tactics.
Well,
Look at the game against Spurs.
it's a
You
lack of
see how
execution.
comfortable. Well, yeah, the defense was comfortable. Everything we did was in front of
Look
them.
at the
Nobody was
Dortmund
running
game.
in
We missed
behind.
so many chances, Bobby.
I'm not even talking about missed chances. I'm
That's
talking
what I'm
about the
talking about.
whole approach. The approach to scoring goals. Everything we did was behind them. How many people can you remember took a shot like the shot that was taken to beat Kepa for the first goal by Spurs? Who? Nobody.
Sure,
Can't
but
think
look,
of one in that
look.
game.
I agree with you 100%. But look back at the Dortmund game. We had so many opportunities. That's funny.
Well,
But we just didn't convert. And this, listen, this is what separates the winning to
We
drawing
gotta
to
go watch the
losing.
game, guys. Just a minute to go.
I'm
okay.
nervous. End of.
Yep. So negative, Roger Potter.
I really want a win for Roger. I really do. It's
I
Roger
do.
I'm rooting for now.
Oh, come on, guys!
It's
Root
not
for
even
Chelsea.
Potter.
If you're rooting for
We gotta
me,
go watch the game. We gotta go watch the game, guys. Come on. And we're not doing a
enjoy
watch
it,
along
chaps.
because I have to take care of something. We'll break that slump 3-0 today. I'll take it. Loftus-Cheek will get exposed. I don't think so. Let's see what happens. Felix needs to learn how to shoot towards the corner of the goal and not maybe the goalkeeper is the target for him.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. We will score today with this information, but concede as well. 2-1 win. All right, guys. Thank you so much. God bless us all. See you guys during the post-game show because we have to do a post-game show since we're not doing a watch-along. Good luck to us all. Up to Chelsea. First time watching Chelsea where I feel nothing. Season is over. Just don't get relegated. Well, let's see. Thank you, guys. See you guys after the show, after the game. Thank you. God bless us all, and bye.
Cheers.